YouTube, it's real Rob. What's understood don't need to be explained. Look, this for the person who emailed me. Let me tell you something. Don't be waiting for your narcissistic parents to apologize for you. Not for you, but to you. My bad. I just got done eating a pulled pork sandwich from this restaurant with some coleslaw, and I put some barbecue sauce up on there. So like I wasn't even supposed to eat no pulled pork because but look, sometimes y'all, like sometimes I'm human too. I know I'm healthy, but I be cheating sometimes. But look, let me tell y'all something. For those that's dealing with narcissistic parents, let me tell you something. Don't expect no apology. Don't never expect no type of accountability coming from these individuals, because they don't possess the ability to hold themselves accountable. They get off by entitlement. And let me tell you something. You want to know an uncomfortable truth? You want to know the truth about it is, let me tell you something. We beating ourselves up for nothing, because look, we be beating up. Look, y'all find y'all apologizing for some mistakes that they made because they tricked us out of our position. They manipulated us into accepting toxicity as the norm. So we won't even, we were so, look, we so gullible and naive that guess what? And they have gaslighted us to the point to where every time you call, remember something, narcissist's worst nightmare is accountability, because they have to look, in order for you to hold yourself accountable, Robert, what do you have to do? You got to self-reflect. Narcissistic parents, narcissistic individuals in general will never hold themselves accountable. They will never self-reflect, because guess what? They know for a fact that they can't handle the reality because they live a lie. They can't self-reflect because they know for a fact it's not a good self-reflection. Period, point blank. They know exactly how they treated us. They know exactly how they treated us. They know exactly what they was doing. Let me tell you something, but guess what? They feel as though they're above accountability. They ain't gonna never apologize. Period, point blank. Gonna never apologize. And let me tell you something, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt, because guess what? How many times your narcissistic mother or your narcissistic father gaslighted you and told you, hey, guess what? You need to apologize for your actions and how you talk to me. You need to apologize to me, because if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a roof over your head. You wouldn't have no food on the table. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be here. Yeah, let me tell you something. They're gonna completely forget the fact that they didn't just abuse you to the point of no return. And that's scary, because that's how evil and vile they are. That's how diabolical they are. It's the fact that you will never get an apology from them, but it's the fact that you know for a fact that they don't never hold themselves accountable. They have never apologized because they feel let me tell you something. We do no wrong. We do no wrong. That's evil right there. See, evil is I ain't gonna never apologize to you. Let me tell you something. I don't apologize for nothing. This the mentality narcissistic parents got. I abuse you and you don't speak about it, because guess what? I don't love you. I love you for what you can do for me. But if you cannot provide, if you can't fall under codependency, if you cannot be manipulated into being under me and serving me, remember something. Narcissistic parents don't want love. They want worship. They're false gods. They masters of deception. They don't want love. They want worship. Let me tell you something. That's why a lot of us is hurting. That's why a lot of us is suffering in silence, because guess what? We got to live with the fact that we're dealing with some evil, diabolical monsters that know exactly what they're doing. But guess what? The older they get, see, it depends. See, and if you're dealing with a grandiose, it's types of narcissists. You got your malignant, you got your grandiose, and you got your covert. If you got a covert, if you got a covert and a grandiose, But see, I had a covert and grandiose in one. You got the devil, period, point blank. You ain't you will never hear them apologize. You will never hear I'm sorry for what I did to you come out of your mouth. You will never hear these words come out your mouth. The only thing you're gonna be, let me tell you something. The only thing you gonna hear from them is projection and straight gaslighting. Because when you call them out on it, let me tell you something. They're going to pretend as though they don't know what you're talking about. They're going to be like, I've never abused you. I never put my hands on you. I never choked you. I never in life did anything that was harmful to you. They're going to try to manipulate the narrative. Look, and guess what? I was just hard on you because I wanted what was best for you. Okay, if you wanted what was best for me, then why did you psychologically, mentally, and spiritually abuse me? Some was SA. That's not love. You telling me you love me, but actions speak louder than words. I know everybody know all children. Let me tell you something. Regardless, if you suffering from abuse at the narcissistic parents, you know exactly what's going on. But see, you so used to being gaslit and projected, you don't even care anymore. Because guess what? Nobody's gonna believe me. Because guess what? I done seen evil firsthand. It gets me to this day knowing that these monsters will never hold themselves accountable and apologize. But that's all right, because we shouldn't seek validation from those individuals anyway. It's not, we shouldn't seek no type of validation from narcissistic parents, because you got to know the type of beings that you're dealing with. My bad. Yeah, you got to know what you're dealing with. Like, and see, that's exactly why I'm making these videos, because a lot of my brothers and sisters, y'all find y'allself beating y'allself up over nothing. Remember something, you was manipulated into devaluing yourself by the narcissistic parents. Regardless of the situation, look, even though they have never apologized and hold themselves accountable, let me tell you something, that's them. That has nothing to do with us. You got to go ahead and go no contact, go on with your life and move forward and heal from it. That's the only way. Us trying to seek an apology, that's gonna destroy us. Because guess what? You seek no outside refuge from the devil. When somebody show you who they are, believe them. And let me tell you something, narcissistic parents never gonna change. They're gonna die that way. That's their reality. You remember all those times they manipulated us into apologizing when we was younger? Oh my God, I remember like it's nothing. I'm sorry, Mom, for treating you that way. I'm sorry for talking to you that way. But really, let me tell you something. See, when you call narcissistic parents out, they're gonna gaslight you. It's the reality hurts, because guess what? My own father, my own mama lying to me and trying to play me like I'm a fool. They trying to play me like I'm dumb. My own mother, my own father. And then the fact that I got the geese, then once I try to get to the bottom of it, and once I see you for who you really are, once the illusion wear off, because guess what? Once you see them for who they really are, your relationship with your parents will never be the same, because guess what? You got power over them. You have the ultimate power. They don't like that. They don't like that. They don't want you to see them for who they really are. That's why they gotta disown you. That's why they gotta smear our name, because guess what? We know the truth about them. Us knowing the truth about narcissistic parents is exactly why they don't like us, because we the mature adults, we the bigger people. Let me tell you something. For that person in my email, they're gonna beat yourself up. You don't go suffer at the expense of something that you didn't do. We have no clue that these people was that evil. They was that vile. We have no clue. But now that we have a clue, we have to take our power back. And not us taking our power back from narcissists is, guess what? Us removing ourselves from the equation. Period. Point blank. Us removing ourselves from the equation. That's the only way is if you remove yourself from the equation. You're not dealing with individuals who go based off that operate based off logic. You're not dealing with individuals who are emotionally intelligent, who are in control of their emotions due to them being healed. And they know for a fact if you got a narcissistic mother, you're not dealing with a nurturer. You're dealing with a man trapped inside a woman's body. And if you got a narcissistic father, you're not dealing with a real man, a real provider. You're dealing with a female inside of a male body. You're dealing with some emotionally unstable children that never grew up, that have children out of wedlock. And at the end of the day, if it did not work out, if it didn't work out with the parents or whoever it didn't work out with, guess what? That child, whatever child they deem that possesses the most light, they're going to attack that child the most because that child reminds them of their failures. It reminds them of what they could have been, but they'll never be. You're not dealing with individuals that's going to become the best version of themselves. You ain't dealing with no parents that's telling you right from wrong. These people set us up for failure because they was too busy trying to make sure that we fail instead of succeed. Action speaks louder than words. And the fact that they don't apologize to you should tell you. The fact that they try to gaslight us and smear our name and paint us out to be crazy let me tell y'all something. It's diabolical in itself. I never treat my children how I was treated, for real. And that's just facts. And then on top of that, I'm not perfect. If I did something, if I had children, and if I know for a fact I'm not perfect, but if I know my children mental, no amount of money, materialism can heal, can make me and my children relationship work. I got to love my children. I got to emotionally, mentally, and spiritually love and support these children. We raise the child in the way that they should go, so that way they won't depart from it. My job is to raise my children exactly how the way God raised me. I mean, yeah, Robert, you didn't have your loving, supportive parents growing up, but that's no excuse. That's no excuse. Yeah. That's a strong man right there. And if you a woman, if you ain't had no love and support from your father, your mother, let me tell you something. Don't let these individuals turn you into a cold monster. No, that's the game that narcissistic parents want you to do. See, if they can't break you, if they can't break you, if they can't control you, they gotta control how other people see you. But guess what? Let me tell you something. If I'm already smeared, if you have already lied on me, because guess what? This is the reality. Let me tell you something. This is the reality. We had to watch our parents lie on us. And we had to go home to these evil beings, knowing that they lying to us, telling our grandmas a complete lie, knowing that we not disrespecting them, knowing that we not the problem. We was up against evil. So when you up against evil, once you see how evil works, you already know exactly how evil works. That evil gotta smear your name, because guess what? We cannot have these. I cannot walk this earth knowing that you know exactly who I am and knowing exactly what I'm trying to do to you. I got to smear your name before the truth get out. Period, point blank. And you want to know what's gonna feel good about it? Everybody's gonna believe me, and nobody's gonna believe you. I'm not. Let me tell you something. You might think that, but guess what? Birds of a feather flock together, sir. Ma'am, let me tell y'all something. If you a demon, if you a child of the devil, I don't care. They hated me also. Who is me? Jesus. Period, point blank. Let me tell you something. That's just what it is. Let me tell you something. We not missing out on anybody who won't get our side of the story. Let me ask y'all a question. How many of y'all family members actually decided to say, hey, I want to hear your side of the story? because they a man or a woman of understanding. They understand it's two sides of the story. But see, maybe they possibly been through childhood traumas to where they can relate to you also. We ain't had that. We ain't had that. Everybody turned. I ain't had that. Everybody turned. Everybody wanted to believe, because guess what? This is the truth teller. This is the light. Let me tell you something. You was born into an evil family. So at the end of the day, we gonna let it be known that we don't want you here. And we gonna disband you. If you expose your narcissistic parents, you're exposing a toxic cycle. You breaking a generational curse. Who said our family wanted that generational curse broke? Who said they wanted that? Who said that? Who said that? You said that? Well, let me tell you something. We so weak and naive. We be thinking that we can go out and seek refuge, but sometimes we be educating the enemy. We go out and do stuff. Now, let me tell y'all something. Remember something. If you dealing with narcissistic parents, 10 out of 10, and if you know the truth about them, if you expose them, remember something. They're going to smear your name, because that's what narcissistic parents do, because you know the truth about them. But remember something. Let me tell you something. Birds of a feather flock together. Don't go educating don't go going to grandma. Don't go going to, guess what? Your mama got your grandma. Don't go to grandpa. Your mama got your grandpa. Don't go to auntie. She got. Everybody got. But see, what you don't realize is that, let me tell you something. They have already smeared your name to the point to where if you, as soon as you walk up in the room, your whole family looking at you, everybody looking at you. But guess what? If they was to come up to us and try to talk to us, guess what? We're masters of deception. We're gonna act like that we listening to them. We're gonna act like we care about them. But guess what? As soon as they leave, we're gonna tell. He said that you abused him. He said that he really said that he crazy. He crazy. He told me that you abused me. But see, while Robert was talking, oh my God, Robert, let me tell you something. It's gonna be all right, baby. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be all right. Your mama just want what's best for you. As soon as I somebody give me a call, hey, excuse me, you went and told your such and such that I did this. I'm like, how they know that? They told me. Right then and there, I knew it's a dangerous game. So we picking sides, huh? Our family done already picked their side. If they chose to hate us, because guess what? If he can see through her, he can see through me. We cannot have that. We cannot have that. This is a child of the light. This not person, this spiritual, but this is a child of the light. We cannot allow this kid, this boy, to possess the ability to have power over us, knowing that we are monsters, knowing that we are faking an image. We got to smear his name. He think we his family, but at the end of the day, let me tell you something. We hate his freaking guts. We hate this dude Gus because he got power over. We hate that he come from God. Period, point blank. He thought he was born into a righteous family. Boy, you was born into some straight demons. And the fact that you trying to get away from us and get out. Let me tell you something. You not gonna leave. You can leave, but guess what? You ain't gonna leave with a clean slate. Let me tell you something. We gonna smear your name. We gonna steal from you. We gonna gaslight you. We gonna set it up. See, let me tell you something. You didn't cut your family didn't cut you off. You cut ties with your family because you was tired of fakeness. You cut ties with your family because you saw them for who they really are. They was trying to get us to accept toxicity as the norm. And once they realized that we didn't break being a foe to toxicity, evil, wickedness, gossip, slander, laziness, drugs, alcohol, unhealthy lifestyle, lust. Let me tell you something. These children of God, we got to. We got to. And let me tell you something, we'll never support them anyway. They'll show up to your brothers and sisters events. They'll show up to your everybody else event, but guess what? They'll never support you. We deliberately doing that to show you how we really feel about you. And we get off by y'all trying to seek our acceptance. Don't ever seek narcissistic acceptance. That's how they get off. That's how they get off. They by seeking our acceptance, because we was too busy trying to love people that never loved us in general. That's killing us. That's taking away from us. Us trying to love narcissistic parents, they never loved us, because if they did, love is not talking, action. Love is a feeling. I wouldn't be speaking this way if you didn't abuse me, period, point blank. And the fact that you don't hold yourself accountable, and you're telling me that, well, son, I never abused you. What about all the nights I got choked and you said you was gonna kill me? What about all the times that you took money out of my bank account? What about all the, and once I found out, you lied and said you lied in my face, but I got the bank statements, I got the proof. What about all the times that you lied on me and smeared my name, and I'm sitting there listening you lie on me, smear my name? That's what I'm saying. Why all of my family members stop talking to me all of a sudden? Why everybody acting like I'm the bad guy? And I never showed signs of disloyalty, this generosity. I never crossed or hurt anybody. Why is y'all showing everybody support but me? And you deliberately trying to make it be known. Why? Because guess what? We showing you who you are. And we showing you what we are. Let me tell you something. Narcissistic parents let me tell you something. You gotta take your energy away from these people. And let me tell you, and if you went no contact, do not go back before they will love bomb you. They're gonna pretend as though they miss you. That's a trap. Remember something. They ain't. When they apologize to you, why you going back? Did they ever apologize? Let me tell you something. Did they ever apologize for how they mistreated you? My brothers and sisters looking at this video, if your narcissistic, let me tell you something. How many narcissistic parents apologize for the abuse and the mistreated and deliberately said, I'm sorry? Because they have a conscience, because their guilty conscience is eating them alive, because they know right from wrong. But see, it's hurting them, the fact that they hurt their children. How many of y'all parents apologize because they pure hearted and they got a guilty conscience and it was eating them alive? And don't apologize years later. You know what? Apologize when you abuse me. Apologize. My bad. But see, let me tell you something. It's sometimes apologies is not enough, because the damage is already done. The damage is already done. And the fact that we have never heard an apology from them. Heavenly Father, please forgive them, for they know not what they do. And I do forgive them. That's right, son. Forgive them for you, so that you can heal and so that you can move on forward with your life. Heavenly Father, I still cry, because guess what? The fact that I got to forgive the enemy, that's hurt me. But at the end of the day, I'm a pure soul. So at the end of the day, I got to do that. I know I'll never hear I'm sorry or an apology, but at the end of the day, that's what separates us from them. This real Rob don't be playing all the time. Somebody email me, and this kind of triggering for me, because I know how it feels. I know it. That's why I'm fluent with. I know it. I know it. Then once you get old, look, they disown you. Then once you get older, it's the fact that they expect a lot of my sisters. It kills me knowing that a lot of my sisters taking care of their narcissistic mothers, and you ain't doing nothing but getting your energy stolen. This woman did everything in her power to try to break you. This woman did everything to discredit you as a woman, and the fact that you still pure-hearted, and the fact that this woman is old and you got to take care of her. It kills me knowing that some of my sisters be telling me, oh, I'm taking care of my narcissistic mother. I'm not. I'm leaving on I'm going with my life. Put them in a nursing home. That's what I'm saying. Fear point blank. That's the devil. You don't take care of the devil, because guess what? The devil still got you. The truth hurts, but see, that's an uncomfortable truth. Then once you look up, my life, guess what? I'm too busy taking care of the person that abused me. Your life is over with. You already 50, you old now. You was too busy thinking that, guess what? You had allegiance, you owed us. We felt we owe our parents something. We don't owe them nothing. What do we owe individuals who never apologize on behalf of their evil, their actions? We owe ourselves an apology for allowing ourselves to be took for granted. Just the fact that in a lot of people that still take care of their narcissistic parents, the older they get, the worse they become, the more vindictive they become. But see, now you stuck. Let me tell you something, and I'm gonna hit you with the truth. They got you. You still lost the battle. Boom. Let me tell you something. We cut ties. I don't care if you the only child. Just like tell you something. No happiness, no none of that. No joy, no none of that. Period, point blank. Don't no man want no woman that's taking care of the enemy. That's taking well, that's if you got to relate. Well, I'm still taking care of my mama. You tell a woman that abuse you. Oh man, you a joke. No, sorry, you a joke. What we on them? What we trying to show them? You want to know what we trying to show them? I know we ain't up out here trying to show these people. I know we ain't out here weak and naive and thinking, oh, let me keep showing my parent love and affection. It's gonna break through to them. They gonna die that way. They already done chose evil. Period, point blank. Remember something. If you weak and naive, you they worst nightmare. They know you gonna be right there taking care of them because guess what? They got you right where they want you. Your heart is being used against you. You got to protect your heart. Your energy is they trying to steal your energy. Period, point blank. We forgive, but we do not forget. There's some people that's forgiving, but they forgetting. And if you forgetting, you lost the battle. Period, point blank. This was about you. It was not about them. You don't go taking care of them. When they tried to kill us, they tried to kill us in our youthful years when we was a child. And now that God gave us our life back, I said now that God gave us our life back, they think they have access to us. They think that guess what? This is the mentality. This my child. I don't care what I did. I've never apologized, but guess what? They gonna always take care of me because this my child. I'm using my child as a backup plan. I never loved you. Look at my eyes. You can see But see the truth. That's uncomfortable. Like a lot of my brothers. Let me tell y'all something. What is we inviting our what is we inviting our parents to a wedding for? What is we inviting our parents to the wedding for? What you invite your mother to the wedding for? All she gonna do is talk about your girlfriend and talk about and make the event miserable. She gonna do what you inviting her to your business ventures for? What is we trying to show? What is we trying to show narcissistic parents? That our love gonna get through to them and it can break them? That's impossible. That's unrealistic. They don't possess the ability to love. They don't possess the ability to love themselves. They don't love themselves. So how could they love us? Sitting up there waiting on an apology, boy. You'll be you'll be dead before that happens. Thanks. Everybody go, let's pray and forgive, but not forget, move on with our life. I promise you it's gonna heal you. I promise you, you ain't even gonna be worried about them because guess what? You're gonna have clarity over the situation. Don't expect narcissists to apologize. They operate based off entitlement. They're already under. No matter what you say, I'm your parent. I'm over you. I'm better than you. I don't like you. You already can see through me. If I cannot break you, I'm gonna rob you of your accomplishments. I'm going to try to rob you of your light. I'm going to take credit for everything you do because guess what? I don't care about you being my child. You're nothing but a pawn in a game that's going to make me look good. The truth hurts. This one of them videos, the truth hurts, but see, the truth will set you free. And hopefully after this video, the truth will set you free and you got clarity over the situation. Let me tell you something. The worst thing, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. Don't be up out here wasting your time loving narcissistic parents and they never loved you. You loving individuals that's not even displaying the energy you giving out. You're not getting that energy back in return. Let me be the bigger person. The bigger person is getting your life back and walking away, not showing them that you are the bigger person. That's destroying you. They ain't gonna do nothing but start the stupid. They ain't gonna do nothing but start gaslighting you again, smearing your name again. Guess what? In your but see, we gotta stop being weak and naive because they have already showed us time and time how they felt about us. And when somebody show you who they are, please believe them. It's a hard pill to swallow knowing that my mother, a lot of people, that reality, they can't grasp it. It's a hard pill to swallow knowing that my mother is the biggest, my father is the biggest, my parents is the biggest enemy, the biggest haters. I'm not ready for that reality yet. With that, I need some. I'm not like Robert. That's the reason why I went off the deep end. That's the reason why I started doing this at a young age, because I was seeking love in the wrong places. But see, I wanted my parents, I wanted some people that didn't possess love to love me. But see, they never loved me. That's because they was robbing you of your energy, period, point blank. Let me tell you something. It was an illusion. See, we was under illusion because they're masters of deception. Remember, narcissistic parents work for the devil. You're definitely under spiritual attack if you're an empath, and the devil was definitely mad because you see through him. You got the spirit of God. Remember something. It's a wrap, period, point blank. We could never coexist with our narcissistic parents. We're righteous, they're wicked. We're positive, they're negative. We're good, they're evil. We don't like their darkness. We could never, look, the older we become, God gonna separate us because he know for a fact we could never coexist with each other because we from two different worlds. And I love my children enough to show them reality for what it really is, because guess what? Robert, I love you. I'm your parent. I will never forsake you. I will never hurt you. Because guess what? I gave you power over them. Now you see through them, They no longer can affect you anymore because I gave you my eyes. I gave you my eyes and I gave you my ears. And then I gave you that strength also. That's just what it is, period, point blank. Let me like, Robert, how did you hear God? I don't know nothing else like that. God, period, point blank. Like, and God. I don't. That's who did it for me. Like, Heavenly Father, I'm telling you, if it weren't for you, I don't know what I would be. But I'm saying, but I'm thankful. Because let me tell y'all something. We start we become, regardless if we can't become like our parents and the people that gave birth to us, because remember, if we allowed them to win, they won. Remember, it's about us. If you allow narcissistic parents to defeat you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you're giving power over them. That's defeating yourself. This is about yourself. Remember something. Narcissistic parents already are self-defeated. They don't love themselves. They're not real individuals. They pretending. They identity thieves. They liars. They're pathological liars, period, point blank. And it's the fact that once you get older and once you realize that your narcissistic parents are pathological liars, what else did they lie about? How do I know your real name is your real name? Because if you smear my name and lied on me and you're a pathological liar, what else have you lied about? I have already seen the evil behind the scenes. No one has seen more evil behind the scenes because all narcissistic parents' dirty work is done behind the scenes. But guess what? On the scenes, you an angel. That's because you the devil. Now, of course, the devil gonna masquerade around like an angel of light. Where's my Bible at? Where's the script? It's not me, because it's not me with this video. I'm just thinking about all my brothers and sisters who going through it, and they hearts being taken advantage of, and we pure-hearted. Let me tell you something. We got to live with that for the rest of our life. Period. Point blank. Like sometimes when I see people with their families, I be looking away. Period. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be like, look at them. I'm saying, look at them with their family. What I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. Look at them. But then let me tell you something, Robert, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. They got a loving family. Let me tell you something. You a man. You can start your own loving family. Remember something. You didn't remember something. You got the power to change now. The power is in your hands. Appreciate you for not going left. You could have, but you didn't. Take your life back. Go no contact. Go no contact. You got to be 10 toes down behind going no contact, because once you go no contact, you're going to start gaining clarity. You're going to isolate yourself, and answers going to be revealed. Remember something, we searching for answers also, but we can't find these answers while we're in the presence of the opposition. Who's the opposition? Our narcissistic parents. We can't find these answers while we're in the presence of them. We got to leave the nest in order so that God can show us, so that God can put his hand on us. He can't bless us while the devil there. But look, if you're looking for an apology, you're never going to get one. And you shouldn't want one. You need to apologize for yourself for allowing yourself to be forsaken. I'm sorry. I apologize for myself for thinking that these individuals love me. I apologize to myself for loving individuals more than I love myself. I'm going to end it right there. Stay blessed.